Hello, and welcome to the Pest Control Marketing Podcast with your host, me, Hal Coleman, uncensored and unplugged. Pay attention, take lots of notes, because you're going to find out exactly how to get more new customers, more referrals, and grow your business.
Hal Coleman has been active in the pest control industry for over 40 years, including owning and operating his own successful pest control business for 18 years. He now devotes his time to helping other PCOs and other WCOs double, triple, and even quadruple their businesses faster than they ever imagined. Be sure to check out his website, pestcontrolmarketer.com. For more information about Hal's coaching program, you can reach him at 770-993-0004 or email him hal@halcoleman.com. Mike Stewart is known as the Internet audio and video guy. Since the birth of the Internet, Mike has been showing small business owners how to get more new customers, increase their sales, and grow their businesses online using audio and video, now with iPhones and Android phones. For more information about Mike's coaching program and his online training courses, visit MikeStewartCoaching.com or email him mike@internetaudioguide.com.
Hello, this is Hal Coleman, and welcome to yet another episode of the Pest Control Marketing Podcast, the number one pest control marketing podcast in the world. If you don't believe me, go Google it, Pest Control Marketing Podcast. And I'm here, as always, with my good friend and mentor, the Internet audio and video guy, Mike Stewart. Are you there, Mike?
I am here. And you know how I'm so excited. Did you know if you dial 770-993-0004 and ask for Hal Coleman, he's going to give you a complete, absolutely no obligation, free hour with him.
He
free.
Will? Dang, I might call him and find out about that. He'll be knocked out when he finds out I have the same name.
And the same number.
Yeah, and the same number. Listen, hey, that's what I want to talk about today is free, Mike. The awesome power of free. I read a book. Our friend Victor Antonio recommends books to me sometimes, and I'll ask him. I'll say, I'm not reading a book. Tell me a good book to read, Victor, because he knows what I do. He's a mentor of mine, and he knows the way I think and the way I react. And so he'll recommend a good. He said this would be a good book for you to read. So one he recommended was called Free. And I forget the author, but that's the name of the book. And it's about the power of free. Now, I talk to small business people all the time. The vast majority of them, of course, are in the pest control business. And I'll say, why don't you give this away? Why don't you do this free? And you know, even other business people say, well, I'm not giving away my stuff free. I work too long and too hard, my education and everything, to give my services away. I don't give my services away. And, you know, Mike, I had a lady, you would know this lady, but I can't recall her name because she was in a mutual circle we hung out with a few years ago. But she's a hypnotherapist and a psychologist. And she talked to me one time about, we had coffee because she was interested in, she really wanted to get me to form an affiliate relationship with her and sell her products. She had CDs, you know, hypnosis and psychology, relaxation CDs. She had a little program, and she was selling this stuff over the internet like you and I do. So she wanted me to sell her stuff. And I said, well, you know, I might be. I said, you know, why don't you give me a sample, you know, to go home and listen to it and see if I, and you know what her response was?
What?
She said, oh, I don't give my products away. And I said, okay. Now, in my mind, I was thinking, you stupid idiot. You're sitting here wanting me to sell your stuff, which I don't know anything about, and you won't give me a sample of it to test and try out? How dumb are you, lady? Of course, I didn't say that. I said, well, you know, let me think of it. She wouldn't give me one because she decided I don't give my stuff away free. Now,
Wow.
That's isn't that strange? That's bizarre. But, you know, I tell people a lot of times, go do something free for somebody, because you know what happens? It's powerful. It almost should be illegal to give somebody something free, because it's going to initiate what's known as the law of reciprocity. And when you give somebody something for free, their natural inclination is to give you something back. If I go buy you a cup of coffee, then the next time we meet, you're going to say, "No, I got it. You got it last time." I know you like to go out to eat. If you're walking up to a restaurant and there's a stranger coming across the parking lot and y'all arrive at the door to the restaurant and you're a few steps ahead of them, you generally just open the door and allow them to walk through. But most restaurants have a double door, so they get to the second door. What do? They open it up and let you walk through. It's just the law of reciprocity. It's subconscious. When we don't want to feel obligated to anybody, the subconscious mind does not it likes everything to be on a level playing field. So if I walk up and slap the hell out of you, you're probably instantly going to react by slapping me back. That's just the way it goes. So when you give somebody something for free that is of value, it makes them really take you seriously, and there's a greater chance that they're going to turn around and do something for you. Now, I teach this when it comes to referral generation a lot. Doing nice things for your customers, just make them go over the top, make them feel obligated to somehow. They're so appreciative of all the stuff you've done for them. And then you teach them to, how can you pay me back? Just send me a customer, tell people about me. And they feel obligated to tell people about you. So free has sold more stuff than not free in a way. I mean, and in some stores they call it things lost leaders or whatever, where you're selling it under cost, but just giving somebody something free. I offer an hour free of coaching to people, and they get a tremendous amount of help. But, a certain number of those people, it allows me to show them what I can do for them. And when I do that, a number of those people call me back and want to talk about my coaching program. It's just like when you walk through the mall, they come up with the toothpicks, with the bourbon chicken, and they give you free food samples. And they know when to do it. They start doing it right at about lunchtime when you're hungry, and they know everybody that walks by there is getting ready to eat lunch. And their hope is that triggers your taste buds, and you want more, and a certain number of people will go buy more of it because they gave them a free sample. So find things that you can do for your customers free, something you might normally charge for. And if you charge $100 to knock down a hornet's nest and you're out there anyway, you might say, well, I will knock this hornet's nest down here. What does that cost? Well, normally it's $100, but today it's just my treat. I'm going to do it for you today. It's free on me, no charge. That triggers that law of reciprocity, and now that customer is going to have a warm and fuzzy spot in their heart for you. They're going to feel so appreciative, and they're going to feel obligated to find a way to pay you back, and they're going to tell more people about you because they love you for it. So the awesome power of free, just find things you can do for people of value free, and it will come back and pay you back tenfold in the long run for the things that you do free. Would you agree, Mike?
Oh, all of the things you're saying are just basic psychological principles of marketing. And there are whole businesses built on giving things away free. There's terminology, BOGO, buy one, get one free, BOGO. I mean, that's housewives and retailers and people love giving out BOGO coupons. The couponing industry is all about giving discounts and free. And the reason is to create that reciprocity, and more importantly, loss leader means they know that if they can get you in the store, that you'll buy enough of the other regularly priced items and services that it's some of the cheapest advertising you'll ever do. Giving things away free is cheap, effective advertising. And to have the attitude, I never give anything away free, then you're not advertising. You're not marketing. And, good luck. All you the best. Now, I'll tell you something. This was interesting, Hal, when you talked about this book. And by the way, thanks for Victor for telling Hal about this book. I'm going to get this book. The name of the book that you mentioned is Free: How Today's Smartest Businesses Profit by Giving Something for Nothing. And I'm going to tell you something else a little interesting about it that I love that I got to share. It's written by Chris Anderson. Now, I'm a fan of Chris Anderson. Chris Anderson is an author, and he's involved with Wired magazine. He is an internet guru, but he understands marketing, and especially with the internet. So that's why he's one of my mentors and heroes. Never met the guy, but he wrote a book years ago, and I highly recommend this book, The Long Tail. He wrote that years ago. Why the future of business is selling less of more. And there are long tails combined with free that everybody can implement in their businesses, especially in their PCOs and their WCOs. So you got to wrap your head around this. You got to understand that Joe Vitale, who was another guy I met years ago, he was in a movie called The Secret, and he said the most hypnotic word you can ever use in sales presentations is free. Everybody wants something for nothing. But the deal is get people loving what you have, engaged with how you do things differently than your competitors, and then get them hooked on you to where they want to spend more money with you. This principle works in all kinds of things. So, get that book. Get to know Chris Anderson read his articles, read his blog posts, and understand when you create free stuff, you can build relationships that turn into paid customers. So, profit from giving away something for nothing, you can make profits.
Cheap advertising. A story just coming to mind while you were saying that. Our mentor and friend Larry Latimer, rest his soul. This has been probably 15 years ago. Larry was telling me a story about he used to travel, and he said he used to stay in this one hotel occasionally. Once every 3 or 4 months, he would stay in this one hotel, and they had a breakfast buffet, as a lot of them do now. And so Larry said he went down there. He was going to be there for about 3 or 4 days, and he said he was down talking to the manager, and one morning at breakfast, he said it was like 8:30, 9 o'clock, prime breakfast time, and he said there was nobody in there eating the buffet. And Larry said, "What, man, you got this great food here." He said, "Why is there nobody in here eating this buffet?" And he said, the guy said, "I don't know, man." He said, "They just won't come down and eat." He said, it's great food. He said, "We lose money on it because nobody comes down here and eat." It was like $8.99, for the all-you-can-eat breakfast. And he said, they don't come down here." He said, "It beats me." Now, this guy didn't know Larry, but Larry said, "Well, I tell you," he said, "you got to," and the guy said, "We have newspapers down here. They could come read the paper. And which was what Larry was doing." He said, "You got this newspaper? They could," yeah. Larry said, "Well, you got y'all have the wake-up calls you give people, don't you?" He said, "Oh, yeah, if they want a wake-up call, we do it." He said, "Well, why don't you try this?" He said, "Let me tell you something to try." He said, "Just call a message and call their room at about 7:30 in the morning and just say, 'Just wanted to call and let you know that your free cup of coffee and newspaper is waiting for you downstairs in the lobby, and we'll be expecting you get a free cup of coffee and a newspaper.'" So the guy did that. He programmed it in so every phone, and Larry said he went down there the next morning and the place was packed because they were coming down there to get that free cup of coffee. And this was back before the story that this took place about 30 years ago. So before, all rooms now have a coffee maker, and they didn't have them back then, So, and they didn't have cell phones, and they had their little wake-up call. So, but he said just by offering them the free cup of coffee, they came down and they bought the $8.99 breakfast. And the guy was just jumping up and down. He said, I've never seen anything like this before. He said, this is great. I need you to help me with some other stuff. Larry said, no. He said, I don't work with hotels or anything. He said, I was just giving you a tip. But that's just the way it works.
Yeah.
Completely turned it around with a free cup of coffee.
Well, I can tell you 30 years later here, I usually stay at Hampton Inn every time I can. And the reason is, one, they always have a free good buffet. Two, they always have free internet. And we get Hilton points at Hampton Inn that we can get other free stuff with.
There you go.
So, there are people who understand the concept of giving stuff away free. Now, I have gift card. I have credit cards that when I purchase things on my Visa and my American Express, I get, those are called rewards programs. I mean, there are so many ways you can give stuff away free, and it's either, do you want to build that relationship with your customers, or do you want to just say, like that lady, the idiot, at least we didn't say her name, did we? I hope not, because we called her an idiot. I never give away anything free. Well, you know what? Then your marketing really is poor.
Yep. Well, all right, Mike, I think we covered it, Hey, if you're interested in finding out more about my coaching program and how I can help you step up your business growth, and if you're growing 5, 10, 15% a year and you want to get up there to 25, 30, 40 or higher growth average each year, I can help you do that. You can give me a call at 770-993-0004. I'll treat you to a free hour of coaching, and you'll come away with some great benefits and won't cost you a penny. So, Mike, you want to tell them about your coaching program, or you want me to tell them about it?
I'll tell you this much. Call Hal first, get an evaluation of things that you need to work on. What we found, and I hope it's not you, but a lot of websites out there may be gorgeous and pretty, but the response triggers and the functionality of those websites and the position they are in Google and the world of the internet presence is just less than desirable. And so you can give me a call at 770-826-3662 or text me. You can actually, you young folks, if you'd rather text, you can text me at 770-826-3662. And let's set up a free consultation to just kind of look at what's going on and look under the hood, and we can make recommendations between Hal and I, Mr. Online and Mr. Offline Me, and the use of all the tools we use. We can make a difference in your business. So it's up to you to contact us. We put this podcast out in the world to help, and it's absolutely free, kind of today's subject. Yeah. But if you want to go to the next level, like I know a percentage of you do, reach out and talk to us, and let's see if we can help and make a difference in your business. So I got to get out of here. It's a beautiful day in Nashville. I'm going to go check out the sunshine.
Me too. All right, Mikey, I enjoyed it, my friend. I'll talk to you next time.
Bye. Thanks for listening to the Pest Control Marketing Podcast. Be sure to subscribe to our podcast in iTunes and on your phones, and in Stitcher on your Android. But more importantly, go to our website, pestcontrolmarketingpodcast.com. Subscribe to our email list to always be notified of new episodes. You're never going to want to miss what we've got coming up next, and you never know what we're going to be able to do to help you with your pest control marketing.